Out of Zimbabwe comes a bold claim. Maxwell Chikumbutso, a self-taught inventor, says he has harnessed a new form of energy. He calls it microsonic energy. This technology, he explains, captures radio frequencies that are all around us. These invisible waves, he claims, can be converted into usable electricity. Chikumbutso's vision is grand. He believes his invention can power homes, businesses, and even entire communities. And it can do so indefinitely, he says, without the need for traditional fuels. Chikumbutso's claims sound like something from a science fiction novel. Could this be the energy revolution the world has been waiting for? The potential benefits are staggering. Imagine a world free from the grip of fossil fuels, a world where energy independence is within everyone's reach. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's look closer at Chikumbutso's invention and the controversy surrounding it. Skepticism is understandable. The scientific establishment, after all, has long held that extracting usable energy from radio waves is inefficient at best, impossible at worst. The energy density of radio waves is incredibly low. Capturing enough to power a light bulb, let alone a car, seems implausible. Yet, Chikumbutso remains undeterred. He insists his invention works, and has even invited experts to witness it firsthand. To prove his point, Chikumbutso has conducted numerous public demonstrations. In these events, he uses his technology to power a variety of devices. Televisions flicker to life seemingly out of thin air. Refrigerators hum with power, their cords dangling unconnected, and most astonishingly, a car, modified to run on Chikumbutso's technology, glides silently across the ground. These demonstrations are documented in videos and eyewitness accounts. The demonstrations have sparked both awe and disbelief. Some witnesses, including individuals with technical backgrounds, walk away convinced. They struggle to explain how Chikumbutso's technology works but admit that they cannot deny what they have seen with their own eyes. Others, however, remain skeptical. They point to the lack of independent verification and the possibility of hidden batteries or other forms of trickery. The demonstrations, while compelling, have not silenced Chikumbutso's critics. The scientific community in particular demands rigorous testing and peer review. They want to understand the underlying principles of how Chikumbutso's technology allegedly converts radio frequencies into usable electricity. Without a clear explanation that aligns with known physics, skepticism will persist. The core of the skepticism lies in the laws of thermodynamics. These fundamental principles govern energy transfer and conversion. Critics argue that Chikumbutso's claims violate these laws. They point out that radio waves, while ubiquitous, carry very little energy. Harvesting enough of this diffuse energy to power even a small appliance, they argue, is simply not feasible. Chikumbutso, for his part, remains vague about the specifics of his invention. He claims to have discovered a novel way to amplify and convert radio frequencies, but he has not revealed the details of this process. This lack of transparency has fueled further suspicion. Some speculate that he is reluctant to share his secrets for fear of his invention being stolen. Others believe he is hiding something, that his claims are based on flawed science or outright deception. The debate surrounding Chikumbutso's technology highlights the tension between innovation and established knowledge. Revolutionary ideas often face resistance, especially when they challenge deeply held beliefs. History is replete with examples of inventors and scientists who were initially dismissed as cranks, only to be vindicated later. Only time will tell which side of history Chikumbutso will ultimately fall on. Let's, for a moment, entertain the possibility that Chikumbutso's claims are true. Imagine the implications of a technology that could power vehicles without the need for fossil fuels or even batteries. The transportation sector, a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, could be transformed overnight. No longer tethered to gas stations or charging stations, cars could travel freely, road trips would be liberated from range anxiety, and the need for frequent refueling stops. The cost of transportation would plummet, making mobility more accessible to people around the world. And the environmental benefits would be profound. The air we breathe would be cleaner, and our dependence on finite fossil fuels would diminish. The implications extend far beyond personal transportation. Trucks, ships, and even airplanes could potentially be powered by Chikumbutso's technology. Imagine cargo ships crisscrossing the oceans, their engines humming with the silent energy of radio waves. Picture airplanes soaring through the sky, leaving behind no contrails, their impact on the environment drastically reduced. The possibilities are exhilarating. Section 5. Power to the people. The potential impact of Chikumbutso's technology extends far beyond transportation. Imagine a world where communities, particularly those in remote or underdeveloped regions, could generate their own clean and sustainable energy. No longer reliant on centralized power grids or expensive fossil fuel imports, these communities could achieve energy independence. Schools could be powered, allowing children to learn even after the sun sets. Hospitals could provide essential medical care without the fear of power outages. Businesses could thrive, creating jobs and stimulating economic growth. The cycle of poverty, often perpetuated by lack of access to energy, could be broken. The democratization of energy production has the potential to reshape the geopolitical landscape. Countries that currently wield power through their control over fossil fuel reserves could see their influence wane. The balance of power could shift towards those who embrace this new technology. A more equitable and sustainable world order could emerge, one where energy is a shared resource, not a tool of domination. The environmental implications of Chikumbutso's technology are perhaps the most profound. Imagine a world where our reliance on fossil fuels is dramatically reduced or even eliminated. The air we breathe would be cleaner, free from the noxious fumes of exhaust pipes and smokestacks. The threat of climate change driven by greenhouse gas emissions could be significantly mitigated. The Earth's temperature would stabilize, preventing the worst effects of global warming. Sea levels would stop rising, saving coastal communities from displacement. Extreme weather events such as hurricanes, droughts, and wildfires would become less frequent and severe. The planet, relieved from the burden of human-caused pollution, would begin to heal. The transition to a clean energy future would create new industries and jobs. Manufacturing, installation, and maintenance of Chikumbutso's technology would require a skilled workforce. Research and development efforts would continue to push the boundaries of what's possible, leading to further innovation and technological breakthroughs. A global green economy would emerge, creating prosperity while protecting the planet for generations to come. Chikumbutso's journey has not been without its obstacles. Securing patents for his invention has proven to be a major challenge. Patent offices, bound by the laws of physics as they currently understand them, have been reluctant to grant patents for a technology that seems to defy those very laws. This has forced Chikumbutso to protect his intellectual property through trade secrets, making it difficult to attract investors and commercialize his invention on a large scale. Beyond the patent issues, Chikumbutso faces opposition from powerful vested interests. The fossil fuel industry, with trillions of dollars at stake, has a strong incentive to discredit or suppress any technology that threatens its dominance. Similarly, the renewable energy sector, while seemingly aligned with Chikumbutso's goals, might see his invention as a disruptive force that could upend their own established markets. The resistance Chikumbutso faces is not surprising. History is replete with examples of inventors and innovators who threatened the status quo and faced backlash from those in power. From Galileo's heliocentric model of the solar system to the invention of the automobile, those who dared to challenge conventional wisdom have often been met with skepticism, ridicule, and even persecution. Despite the challenges, Chikumbutso's story has captured the imagination of many. Some see in him a modern-day David, taking on the Goliaths of the energy industry. Others draw parallels to the early days of the internet or the smartphone, technologies that were initially dismissed as toys or fads but went on to revolutionize the way we live, work, and interact with the world. The skepticism surrounding Chikumbutso's invention is understandable. Extraordinary claims, as the adage goes, require extraordinary evidence. And the scientific method, with its emphasis on empirical data, peer review, and reproducibility, is designed to weed out false claims and ensure that only robust and verifiable discoveries gain acceptance. However, the history of science is also a story of paradigm shifts, moments when long-held beliefs are overturned by new discoveries that fundamentally change our understanding of the universe and our place in it. Could Chikumbutso's invention be one such paradigm shift? Only time will tell. The future of Chikumbutso's microsonic energy technology remains uncertain. Will it revolutionize the world or fade into obscurity? Chikumbutso must provide data and evidence for rigorous evaluation. Independent testing and peer review are crucial. Overcoming legal hurdles is essential. He must win public trust and inspire hope. The world is hungry for energy solutions. If successful, he could become a global icon.